I think you must have gone through the database code set, or can you quickly summarize some of the ways to skip the deadlock scenario? You are missing out many edge cases as well. You are just handling over the code without having a very clear picture that, okay, is it complete from your end or not? So hi Diya, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, same here. I'm also good. So let's start. I'll give a quick brief about myself. So myself, Shubham, I graduated from IIT Roorkee itself 4 years back, and then I worked in a couple of startup and MNC as a software and precisely a front-end developer. I started my journey from OYO, where I spent almost 2.5 years. I worked on the main oyrooms.com website, working on how we can make and optimize the page and different major aspects and critical features. Then I moved to an early stage startup just to know like how things work at a very scratch level and all the teams and everything. And the recent experience that I hold is of ServiceNow. It's a US-based MNC, and I used to work for the Hyderabad location for that company. So yeah, that's a bit and pieces about me. Would you like to give a brief intro about yourself?
Yes, my name is Diya Maurya, and I am from IIT Roorkee in my seventh semester. And previously, I have done two internships. First one was at Medicento,
Okay.
uh, and second one was at Raena. It was just completed in October itself. At Medicento, I worked as Android developer,
Yes.
for which I had made two apps. One is agent app, and other is personal management something app, project
Okay.
management, and yes, scheduling app. And for the next one, for Raina company, I worked as software engineering intern, and
Mhm.
for which I worked in few React.js applications.
Okay. So the
Yes.
first internship that you have done in this summer itself, it
Yes.
was more of a, I think it's a front-end internship and completely on the Android application, right?
Yes. Yes. I was as joined as Android developer only.
Okay. So I can
Yes.
see that one of the point that you have mentioned is that you have designed the project flows and all, and you have implemented the payment gateway with an Android
Yes.
application using Razorpay payment and all. Okay. So
Yes.
let's suppose that if I want to understand the flow of how exactly the payment process is working, okay, in an application. This application could be an Android and iOS or a web or anything of that sort. So
Mm.
let's suppose if I ask about like, okay, you are going to integrate the end-to-end flow. So can you tell me like what is your understanding about the end-to-end data flow when it comes to the payment part?
Yes, it was connected to the payment gateway, and payment gateway will give a token to the uh, connector, and some, uh, I think some encryption will be given by the payment gateway,
Okay.
and it was passed to the sender, and it was also connect to the bank.
Can you share your screen and open the notepad which was shared with you? Okay. So can you tell me which is the favorite data structure?
Priority queues, stacks.
Okay. Okay. Chalo. Let's start. So here you will be given, and in this problem, you are given a 2D array. Okay. So this 2D array is both row-wise and column-wise sorted. For now, a simple use case that I'm taking is an M3 cross 3 matrix. So here I can say the row and column wise this 2D array is sorted, and I need to find whether an element is present or not. So yeah, can you tell me like how would you solve this problem, or yeah, how would you approach?
Yes, is it can also be empty array, or it is always filled?
Like we will come to the edge cases or the offsite cases a little later, but yeah, obviously in the worst case it could be an empty array as well.
Yes. So first I will check to the first element, 0, comma 0 element. If
Mhm.
if x is smaller than that element, then it will not present in the matrix or
Okay.
array. And for I will also check for the last element that it is 90 here. If the x is greater than this element, then also it is not present here. Second
Okay.
one, we can use binary search here.
Okay.
First, I think first I will apply a binary search to row-wise binary search.
So you will apply row wise binary
I
search.
will,
Okay.
yes, I will apply binary search to last row and row-wise binary search. And
Mhm.
if the element is present in the row, then I will apply it on the column.
So let's suppose your x is 10. Okay.
Yes.
And now can you tell me like what is the way you are going to proceed? the way that you told right now?
For the last column, I will check for all the elements. Like first element.
So right now you told you were checking it on a row wise, like in a row, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, maybe you can take an example of X in the way that you have explained like the solution. Okay.
Okay.
Because
For
if you
10,
are going to check,
yes, I will apply binary search on the first row.
okay,
Yes, and so if it is present, then it will be returned, and if it is if the smaller number than 10 will be present, then I will find mm, that number in the row in which I will get the smallest number than 10.
okay. So let's suppose take a 10 and this array example. So can you tell me what is the flow going to look like one by one? So let's suppose you said you are applying binary search on, for example, the first row, and you saw that you didn't find that element. Okay.
Yes.
So what is the next step that you are taking?
I will apply binary search row by row.
Okay. Can you tell me what will the time complexity of the solution that you are proposing?
It will be m into n if I apply row wise.
M into N.
No. Log m into n.
Okay. And M is your what? Row or column?
M is row.
M is row. You sure?
Yes.
If M is row, then M log. Acha, M into log N. You are saying that part?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I saw that the way. Okay. So that's a good solution. Can you also see some use case of the priority queue here to solve this problem using priority queue as
Yes.
well?
Let me think. Priority queue. Yes. For the first column, we can store elements in the no. I think for a column is also sorted.
Yeah,
Column wise
column is
elements.
also sorted, right? Right. I think you must have gone through the database course as well, database and the operating system as part of your curriculum, right?
Yes.
So when we talk about the deadlock scenario in a transaction, so there are many ways to take care of the deadlock scenario so that it is not at all happening. There is some sort of protocols and other methods. Can you tell or can you quickly summarize some of the ways to escape the deadlock scenario?
Actually, they are not refreshed in my mind suddenly.
Do you know about the normalization, right, in the database?
Yes, to remove redundancy and make the data more searchable, I think. Yes.
Okay, so if I break down the table into multiple tables to reduce the
Yes.
redundancy, can you tell me how exactly it affects the query time?
Like we have to make database tables in such a way that we can get particular elements through using IDs. So if it can make a easier time efficient database search.
Okay, I think that's it from my side. You have any questions? Anything for me to ask? Anything, any
Just
part?
feedback.
Okay, so I think you got some idea about the mock interviews. And anyways, this is just a mock. It's not a real one. You will have the real one, I think, somewhere around 4 or 5 days from this point, right?
Yes.
So all I can say is that, yeah, you are good on the coding part, especially. What I saw is, but when I say you are good, you are missing out many edge cases as well. You are just handling over the code without having a very clear picture that, okay, is it complete from your end or not? You need to work on that part. On the CS fundamental side, I think you have a very good knowledge, but you were not able to express because you haven't revised or whatever it could be. Okay, on that part. On the projects and the internship part, I think you need to take care of the follow-up question that could come up. I think you know the part that you have implemented, but there could be many things which an interviewer would ask from their side. And the follow-up question is going to be very important criteria also as well on the judgment on the project side. So yeah, I can say on the brainstorming side, you were good. And yeah, that pretty much sums up, I think, at a very surface level, the feedback. You will get a detailed one within 2 days itself, which will have all other aspects in detail. So yeah, that's from my side.